Hello and good morning. I am almost there. Now. All right. Good morning, everyone. I am so grateful that you are here with me this morning. I hope you have had a chance to get your coffee ready, your tea, whatever it is you're drinking. I hope you're getting ready to sit down, pay attention, and learn what you need to know about the person who's speaking to you today. So today is Frisky. Wait a minute, today's Friday. Holy crud, people. I didn't even realize it. Today's Friday. We're going to be diving into what I call Frisky Friday. Starting in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing games. We're going to be doing little surprises, interviews, all kinds of cool stuff. So Frisky Friday is going to be a day for play. It's going to be a fun time. It's supposed to be fun and light and airy and all that fun stuff. But today's going to be special. This is my returning back to the live airways, and we're going to dive on in, okay? So today's topic is going to be my story. Who am I? Who am I to even be talking to you guys about this mental wellness and manifesting and all that? Who am I? Why should you listen to me? This is what today's going to be about. So, first things first, before I dive in, we're going to pull our tarot card. So I have one of my favorite decks is the Supernatural deck. And that is one that I think I have about 4. I've got the original. I have my Biddy Tarot. I have my Game of Thrones. No, I love all my tarot cards, but this was my Supernatural deck. And I love the art. I love everything about it. So today's card we're going to be pulling is going to tell us what we should set, what kind of intention, what we should focus on, not even just throughout the show, but throughout today. So I'm just going to we'll put this guy. And the star, that's inspiration. That is, in Supernatural, that's Adam. He's a son. He is an angel. He's like all the things, and he's glorious. And today I want you to look for inspiration where you can find it and really take a chance to look for those opportunities, look to the skies, dream big, and follow your intuition and follow your heart and follow your inspiration. Okay, so we're going to be talking about that today. So hopefully today you'll hear some inspiring things from my story. Oops, sorry about that. I've got a pretty interesting story. So, what are you sipping? What is in your cup today? Tell me everything that you are drinking. I've got the Great Vibes coffee. Great Vibes coffee. It's the tarot coffee. Remember I spoke to you yesterday about the tarot? The tarot blend is their dark roast. I've got the dark roast and I've got my coffee mate creamer in the back. So I want to know what is in your cup and what we're sipping on today. And if you can, I would love to see your all's pictures of your favorite mugs as something that I love. I'm a mug collector and I want to be jealous. Okay. So today, again, is my story. Who I am, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and everything that I think you need to know about me as a host, as a person, and let's get into it, okay? So I was very fortunate to have a pretty average childhood, or actually a really great childhood. I had a really amazing childhood. And, that led some of the decisions that I made, weren't the greatest. But they led me to where I came down to my aha moment, some really big moments in my life that really changed my perspective on things and shifted me into different careers, different pathways. And, it's interesting because there's been a lot that I've accomplished, especially in the last few years. So I'm excited to share some of the new developments with you guys. Okay. So first, I grew up on Long Island, New York, and I had an amazing childhood. I had a mom and a dad. We were middle class neighborhood. So we lived in a really nice neighborhood. We had really great friends. We really never wanted for anything. We were very fortunate. I was the oldest of three. I still am the oldest of three. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Gina. And, when I turned 13, I went kind of rogue and was struggling with a few things. So my whole entire teenage existence was angst and strife and romance and broken hearts. And typical rebellious teenager. So what ended up happening, I never realized this until I started doing some energy work around it, but my brokenheartedness and the patterns that I fell into as a young adult stemmed with that first love and the desire. I was a reader and a writer, and I wanted to have the romance that was in these romance novels. And I never realized that, it's not about the romance. It's about loving yourself, being confident in yourself. And I never picked up on that when I was reading all of these books. And when I tell you reading all these books, I think at one point over 600 books that I had read. I used to work at a library. One of my first jobs was at a library, and books, I lived surrounded by books. So, always wanting to be an author has been something that was a dream of mine. I always wanted to be a published author. So, I ended up going into the Navy after 9/11. I was going to go for journalism. Life happened and things changed, and I ended up going in as military police in the United States Navy. I met some amazing people. We were the first it was a historic moment because we were the first group of military kids coming out of basic training to go into the military police job. Normally, that job went to older, more established, really good role model military members. So for the fact that you were getting kids straight out of boot camp and going and joining the police force was something that was historic. So I was very proud to be part of that. I met some amazing people. In fact, some of the best people in my life are my military friends and the people from Hawaii. I don't think I even really talked to anyone outside of the Pearl Harbor base. I was stationed in Pearl Harbor, and I was also stationed in the Norfolk Naval Shipyard just outside in Portsmouth, Virginia, right around that Virginia Beach area. And I don't think I even talked to anyone from that base. That was so completely opposite of the love and affection and friendship that I got in Hawaii. So, made my own family, made my own friends and support group. And those are my brothers and sisters. And that's something that I am so grateful for. However, there was a lot of running involved, and I would prefer to not have to chase after people. So I decided when I got out of the military to go into the medical field. And I tested myself as a medical assistant. I did a certification program, did really well, aced the program, ended up becoming valedictorian of that particular class, and decided that I was going to continue the challenge and go for the degree, the associate degree in medical assisting. Went and did that. So I had my medical assistant degree and certification, and over 15, I think I did 15 years. It was from 2008 through to 2013. So 15 years in the medical field. I really enjoyed it because I worked for a temporary agency. So I was able to fill in all these really cool spots. I did a general surgeon. I did a hand surgeon. I did women's health. I worked for, in women's reproductive medicine. that was so much fun and so fascinating. My last few jobs have been in physical therapy, and that is one of the ones that really stuck with me because I was able to see how the body can fix itself when you do the right things for it. And that was actually a very profound position. And, having experience and watching that for like almost 7-8 years of people doing that was mind blowing. So during that time, I was working on myself. I found some mentors that I would listen to. One of my friends had mentioned Abraham Hicks and started me on the journey of, listening to inspirational speakers. I found J.B. Glossinger, who is still a major inspiration for my programs and my work. But during that time, I also fell in love, got married, had a kid, got divorced, and ended up finding life wasn't so easy as a single mom. And I was a very broken person. So even though I was trying to do the self-help stuff, I started drinking, and I was drinking a lot more than I should have, and ended up meeting the man that I'm with now. We met because he was working at a liquor store. Neither one of us drink now because we made some changes in our lives. And I think that that's something that not everyone can go through. And, I'm so incredibly so incredibly appreciative, there we go, of having that support system in my life. But I'm going to be real. Stuff a few years ago, stuff hit the fan. And when I tell you hit the fan, it hit the fan. He got sick, and then I got sick, and then he got sick again. And it was absolute that beat crazy because we couldn't catch a break. And on top of this, I'm trying to be a parent, and I'm trying to work full time, and I'm trying to take care of him, but I'm falling apart myself. And, I'm going to go into a little bit more of that background tomorrow as far as, what's going on with me and all of that. But what happened was I realized that I didn't have the freedom. I had to go to work. He was in the hospital. I remember this very clearly. He was in the hospital, and I was out. I had to leave him to go back to work. I could not stay with my loved one because I had to go bring in money. And that broke my heart. That absolutely destroyed me. So ever since then, I made it a mission that I was going to do everything I could to be financially free enough to not have to go to work when my family needed me the most. And so I started getting into coaching. So speaking of coaching, I want to talk to you about the sponsor today, which is this side of Chaos Coaching. This coaching program is going to be something that changes your life. I'm not going to lie, because this gives you the support, the structure, the insight, the guidance, everything that you need to really start creating a balance in all areas of your life. Have you ever found yourself out of sync? Something wonderful happens and everything's going right, and then one thing falls apart, and then like the whole wagon falls apart. That's what happens when you don't have balance, you don't have a routine, and you don't have structure in accordance to your goals and your values. And Sacred Life List method does that. This side of Chaos Coaching. Go to the link below and get your free workbook. Start working through the goals. Start working through your yick to help you overcome and figure out where you can restore that life balance. This side of Chaos Coaching. Link is in the comments. All right. So Sacred Life is honestly, that's my baby. This is my baby, because all that craziness, that's how I overcame it. I developed the system because I needed something to help me from my day-to-day perspective. But all the to-do lists, all the mentors, everything, they were all telling you to do certain things, but they were only focusing on one area. So you were only focusing on your health. So you become hyper focused on your health, and that's wonderful. But now your business is falling apart, or your relationship starts crumbling because now all you're focusing on is this health and wellness. So then you jump to the relationship to try to fix it. And now your health and wellness falls apart because you don't have the system in place. And I got very frustrated with that. So I developed my own system. I developed my own system to be able to focus me on improvement 1% every single day in all the areas of my life that creates that balance. Now, in this time, I've used this system to become a certified master life coach. I ended up getting my certification in tapping and meditation practitioner. I also published 4 books. I've managed to get my bachelor's degree and continue on to my master's degree in metaphysics. I have started and run 6 different business ventures. I work part-time and full-time. I worked in retail management for 2 different stores and running the stores. A lot has been happening. I've been building websites for all the business ventures. I have been building copy, reaching out to clients, working with people. On top of it, I drive for Amazon because it's fun. I still have time to spend time with my son. I still have a whole bunch of time to spend with my significant other, my husband. I have plenty of time to play with my ducks. But I'm still able to get all this done. This system works, people. It works because you have a routine in place that builds you into building up that 1% every single day. That's it. You show up consistently. You do the things on your to-do list. You tackle them with everything that you have, and you're going to create balance. The whole point of this is for you to understand, like, who I am, why I'm doing what I'm doing. I want to help people. That has been my core mission from day one. That's why I went into the military, because I wanted to help people. I went into the medical field because I wanted to help people. I went into coaching because I wanted to help people. And I want to help people on a bigger scale. I've got my journals, I've got my website, I've got my coaching programs, but it still isn't enough, which is why I started this podcast, because we all need to remind ourselves, we all need to know that, one, we are so super special, we are cared about, but we also need to take that time for ourselves and remind ourselves that we're that special, that we're that important, that we are valued and valuable, not just to ourselves, but to other people. And I think it's very important because as moms, as women, as business owners and entrepreneurs and career women, we put the needs of everyone else first. And that there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. But when you're doing it at the expense of yourself, that's where things go wonky. And my biggest desire is to help you restore that balance. That's why I do what I do. That's why I went into coaching. That's why I am so excited to be able to talk to you guys about who I am, what I'm doing. You know, I was in the Navy, I was in the medical field. I have so many different careers and experiences, and I've lived a lot of lifetimes in my 40 years. You know, I'm 40 years old, and I have done nothing but follow my passion for the last several years. And that has been life-changing, absolutely life-changing, because the stuff that I teach, I also do. Like, I use this checklist every single day to keep myself on track. And by doing that, it has given me the insight to know when to leave a job if it's not fun. I've left a couple jobs because they're not fun. Walked There was one that I'm just like, sorry guys, I've stayed longer than I needed to. You have to do what's right instead of staying and settling for years. Is there something that you're doing that you've been doing for a while that needs to change? Maybe it's not doing anything. Maybe you haven't been exercising or eating correctly, and you feel like absolute garbage because you're not taking care of yourself. What are you putting off? What are you making excuses for? This is going to be, that's going to be a great topic. What excuses are you telling yourself to keep yourself stuck and keep yourself small? I would love to know. I would love for you to drop that in the comment. So that's it. That's me. That's who I am. That's what I do. That's why I do what I do. I'm here to help you. I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to encourage you, and I'm here to support you. So if you are interested, or if you are a life coach, or if you are a health and wellness guru, you're a mental health specialist, I want to be talking to you. I want you on my show. I want to do interviews. I want people here to share their gift with us, to be able to spread the message of love, self-care, and really being able to restore balance in your life. And I want you to learn from the best. So I'm looking for people to come in and help me build on this. All right. If you like this podcast, like it, love it, share it. Make sure you're getting the message out to everyone. I want everyone to join us for their daily dose of love and caffeination. Tomorrow, we are going to, tomorrow's going to be fun. We are going to be covering how I can help you. What kind of people am I looking for? What kind of clients am I looking for? What kind of message am I looking to spread? So you guys got a little bit of a glimpse of it here today, but I'm really going to go in and see if this resounds with you tomorrow. This is who I am. I'll tell you some of the stories of the clients that I've worked with and see if you can relate to them. I'd be curious. All right. And then tomorrow is going to be October 1st. So if some of you have been following my story, you should probably know that there's going to be a special broadcast coming up for tomorrow. So you're not going to get one, you're going to get 2 episodes tomorrow. I hope you're excited. I know I am. I will talk to you all tomorrow. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful and amazing rest of your day. Go spread love. Go spread positive energy. Go spread some great vibes. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.